Hello, all, and thank you for your time for joining us. Today, we'll be talking about how to actually practically have robots and artificial intelligence add value to our daily life. Um, we are a Kuwait-based company. We belong to the Bushahri family, and our offices are in Murgav area in Shahad Tower. We would be happy to meet with you and explore further possibilities. A bit about myself. Academically, I come from engineering background and I have done my master's too from the US. And I started off my career as an applications developer. So I'm very passionate about the application development part deep down in my heart. And so after having developed some applications for the healthcare industry for McKesson, I joined AT&T, where I further developed the integration and implementation component. Um, After that, I joined Rogers in Canada, where I was heading their data center nationwide. And then I came back to Kuwait. Um, and that's when I joined, if any of you remembers, Wataniya Telecom, great organization, and it even got better after when it became Ooredoo Telecom. So there I served for a number of years as head of sales, and then having done some work for the ISP, GulfNet ISP. Then I joined the NCR organization. NCR, as most of you know, people generally know it's an ATM-based company, but it's very rich organization in terms of the portfolio that it presents. So with NCR, over a number of 7-8 years, I was the systems architect for Middle East and Africa region. And for about a year and a half, I have joined in the capacity of chief architect for AI doctrine uh, belonging to the Mu'tamad Al-Watani group. Uh, some examples of the previous work in my previous lives ranges from telecom, smart retail to smart cities, and the ICT enablement of telecom sector, which is one of the greatest trends, complementing values to the healthcare industry within the B2B domain, is one of my area specialties. So, and as a result of that, I am going to be sharing a number of examples on how robots and artificial intelligence can actually add value to our regular day-to-day life. As part of us giving back to the community, we do conduct a number of seminars, and just like this one today, and our work gets published into local newspapers, as Arab Times, the Correspondent, which is the American Business Council, and then some of the regional newspapers as well, specializing at times either on the AI or Internet of Things domains. Water. Water remains our basic fundamental necessity for life. Here with COVID-19 situation, most of us are a bit reluctant to make contact with surfaces that we are not sure whether it has been sterilized or disinfected in a proper professional manner. So think of a scenario where we all used to go to our offices and without thinking just put that plastic cup and then have this water dispenser dispense water for us. So now we're all a bit skeptical in terms of, do we really want to make contact with any unknown surfaces? So here what I'm showing is a contactless water cooler where without making a contact, you can select either the hot, normal temperature or the cold temperature water and have that drink come out of the machine and just simply be able to drink it and enjoy the similar life experience that we used to do. And then from the cost effectiveness perspective, it is certainly, if you look at the total cost of ownership, it certainly becomes a lot more cheaper than being able to invest in the bottled water for within the office. Food is another necessity where humans require to eat food, and then we, as a social element, we as humans, we not only like to eat at home but also go outside, and we want to get back to the normal way of our life. This robot is again contactless food order and delivery capabilities where when you enter into a restaurant, it can actually greet you and welcome you, and then escort and then usher you to basically to your table, and then have you order food. And then it gets communicated using the Bluetooth technology but to the kitchen. Once the food is prepared, the server actually puts the food back onto the tray, and then it brings you exactly where the food needs to be, so ensuring that it has the accurate delivery capabilities. So not only it is smart and it is completely touchless with another human contact. Let's say if you wanted to, you could actually hail at the moving robot and then pick up a fresh hot bread, for instance, while you're enjoying your meal. It is also built in with the smart obstacle avoidance. If something all of unexpected comes in, it has built-in radar sensors that actually detects the moving and dynamic scenario around it, and then makes intelligent and appropriate decisions. Not only one robot, but they can also work in a network of robots where they are intelligent and they actually detect if there is any obstacle in another robot, and they can actually communicate between machine to machine robots as well. So the use cases could be applicable into the restaurant, into the airports, wherever humans are basically, so a very innovative solution. The next one that I'm going to talk about is the Robovac. We all have seen these tiny self-service vacuum cleaners that you can just leave in your living room, and then they keep on vacuuming. The average life of that is about like maybe an hour tops. Before it actually the machine will burn out because they're not designed for industrial use. This machine is autonomous sweeper for large spaces where, for instance, hotels and office spaces, it can continue vacuuming by itself, and it has these smart routing mapping capabilities too, and it can actually be trained by a human so that the path that it goes through, and then it knows that this is the path it's going to go uh, vacuum every day. So essentially, it actually helps out as a co-worker. It's not a replacement of the cleaning crew in your offices or in your hotels or in your homes, but it actually becomes a co-worker, allowing you to optimize your resources in a more productive and efficient manner, where you can reallocate that or repurpose that resource to do something more productive and more meaningful that matters to you, rather than doing the mundane task of simple vacuuming. Um, the next one that we're very excited about is the RoboFriend. Now, the use cases here is essentially a personal robot that actually communicates with you, interacts with you, and not only can be used at your home, but also in a retail environment where, so let's say in a retail environment, you might be having a certain stock or certain inventory that you want to do away with, and you want to promote that, perhaps run a special promotion on it. So this smart robot can actually be integrated on the back end along with the SMS gateways integrations, and it can encourage impulsive buying behavior where the customers can be actually prompted, and it's a unique robotic user experience where your customers they find it very interesting and very interactive, and it can be voice controlled as well. So very, very unique possibility in the robots. The last one that we're going to talk about is the RoboNurse. So this is another example of a co-worker environment where using the RFID or a QR code based access on the smartphone. A coworker where a nurse is also a bit reluctant to interact with humans, not really knowing as what they might be exposed to, what kind of disease that they might be carrying. So what this it's an advanced version of the Robofriend, and it can be fully customized not only from the hardware perspective but also from the software perspective too. So essentially, using the RFID, it detects the patient's identity, does the basic database lookup in the backend system, and the same temperature detection device that we all have seen various times. It can actually detect and then you self check your temperature, and then likewise it can do the self check on the blood pressure levels and also the insulin level. So here I'm showing how to actually this what we call it as a RoboNurse or electronic nurse that will essentially keep track of all this data and keep on updating into your records and making sure that your records are not also that your records are protected within the GDPR compliance and things like that. So another example within all built in is the insulin level check for patients with diabetes. And this mechanism, it also has the UV light. We all know the UV light is not very human friendly, whereas it does help disinfect or kill germs. So the use case there is it could be allowed to self-root itself in the time where there are no humans around, and it can complement the disinfectant component. So that's the example on that side. Now, with all the solutions that we built in, we recognize that security is not a product, it's more of a process. So the solutions that we build, we actually build the security security in by designing the solution properly. So we want to make sure that we do have our team includes a number of cyber ethical hackers and security specialists, as we know that the security component becomes more and more essential as we become into the virtual world. So in terms of our methodology, we help our customers evaluate, understand their business needs, and then we educate them with the best practices. Then we help them design and architect the solution that actually specifically makes sense for them. And then we do the validation of it, and then we also can help them operate the solution for them. And all within the best practices of ITEL service operations. So having said that, there are quite a number of organizations who are exploring the artificial intelligence and the robotics component, what value and how can it add value into our regular day-to-day life. So what we are communicating here is that we not only have the experience from the global experience, including the United States, Canada, Middle East, Kuwait, which is our home, which we're very, very passionate about. We have the knowledge, we have the expertise, and then we can help creatively design the solution that actually meets your need. So we would love to see you. You have our contact information and our website. And we want to again thank you for your time and your attention. I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks a lot.